Hello everyone, welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. My name is Catmonic and surprise surprise, it's Yugioh. I mean, slight surprise, we're doing it a little bit early in the morning. I've got the day off, and so I'm doing 2 streams today. Makes up for, not doing anything on Thursday and streaming Night Rain instead. And I know we've been having fun. Well, having fun is a very strong phrase here. We've been having a time playing our Go in second deck. And there are some things which are, which I've learned, some things which can carry over. But overall, it hasn't been that great. The win rate isn't particularly good. It feels like we're drawing the wrong combination of cards whenever we go, second or first. It doesn't really matter which. Like, we've got a decent enough win rate, but I don't know. This just felt like it was better, which, admittedly, yeah, going first is stronger, and if we can set up, like, our full plan of whatever we want to do, we're ending on a rank 9 plus maybe a couple spell traps, which is going to be decent enough, right, as long as you know what the kind of interrupt points are. So I'm thinking we do just return to Generator. Cosmopunk isn't quite strong enough, last I really remember, and yeah, we can update the deck in small ways. I think, yeah, we have a second Cosmic Cyclone, so like we've got more spell trap removal to put in. There's some of the other staples we normally play that we haven't got in here. Did we get a third? Yeah, we got a third Wicked Witch, so, there's other things like that as well. We can update the Synchro Toolbox because we realised that we were never really summoning this. We've got different Link monsters to play, There's a lot of changes we can make to this. But I just don't think it was really doing it. Especially not for trying to get to Diamond. This one was an attempt at something. Needs a lot more cards, needs a lot more work, long story short. And yeah, there's probably some way we could get this to work this second, but I don't really know what it is at the moment. And then from there we have Stun, which is, everyone's favourite. We have just the near 60 card list, which is basically every Go second idea that I've had. We might be able to, well, no, we can shave a lot of this down. It might be easier for our Go second deck to just be playing, like, a bunch of Kaijus and the Mekanko stuff. It might be that that's a more valid option than what we were originally trying with this lot, which is kind of, our regular staples and ways to make synchro monsters. And what else do we have? I think, yeah, that's it. I don't know why this one's so high up. Did we update this recently? I guess we must have done. In fact, let me have a quick look and see if there's anything that does, anything for this. I'm struggling with words at the moment. Don't know why. But we're looking at numbers. Oh, that will have been it, I think, actually. The last thing we probably got was the Ragnar Affinity. Yeah, that makes sense to me. If I scroll down, what would the last thing be before that? Seraph, maybe? I don't know. Yeah, okay. That was, oops, that's why that got updated as recently as it did, because of the Ragnar Affinity, which doesn't give us a huge amount more search targets, but it gives us some. Wait, why have I... Oh yeah, Humble Horror. Yeah, okay. But yeah, I think we're going to change it back to the Generator deck. I think we can look into making something else sometime soon, but for the moment, I want to see if we can just push on forward as much aggro as possible. We've got 16 wins before we're in Diamond again. Can we get there this month? Don't really know. We've got, like, what, today and Thursday? Do we even have Thursday? Yeah, we have Thursday. But that's it. Which means we've got 3 sessions, so we've got about 9 hours. And we've drawn a hand trap. Against possibly the anti-hand trap deck. We shall see. Because the Radiant Typhoon stuff seemed pretty generic. Like, a lot of people are just playing, oh, it's a quick play spell. You know, draw. Hope everyone's doing okay anyway. Hope everyone's been having a good time. Oh no, it might actually just be Radiant Typhoon. In which case this Bestial is not going to be of much use here. Nor is Boss Stage or my 2 back row. I'm tempted to quit before I even really start, because this is the MST deck. Yeah, I don't think that's going to go ahead for us. I don't think that's going to work out too well. We've got 3 spell traps. We've got an unknown top deck, but we've got 3 spell traps in hand, and, well, all of them lose to MST, you know? Imagine that. Right. Oh dear. And that's all it takes. We're on the back foot already. Come on. Going first. Can't say I've been up to much since my last stream. I've had Friday off, of course today off, and I've got tomorrow off work as well. The fuck is this, Em? And, yeah, I've been just taking it pretty chill, pretty easy. Done some organising of my, like, physical collection of Yu-Gi-Oh cards, so I can get ready to, like, get rid of some of it to a person I know. And it's going to be a long process, but hey, you know, made a start on it, right? And yeah, it seems it's Radiant Typhoon. It could be Typhoon Sky Striker, but I think it is probably just going to be Radiant Typhoon. What else are they up to? Watching a couple of older films again. Like, what was it? Rewatch Shawshank Redemption. Rewatch The Guns of Navarone. What else did we see? I think we saw Bolt again. Yeah, that makes sense. I think that's right. So it's not Sky Striker, it is Radiant Typhoon. Which again means this Bestial is going to be of little use here. Been playing a lot more Night Rain. Came up with a fun custom build for my friend. Oh, that's apparently the rest of their turn though. I guess because they couldn't get to the link too. Okay, well that's not too bad, is it? Apparently it is, because fuck me. Alright. Well, you'll move. Can you keep bricking on hand traps, please? It's just a polite request, you know. Well, they're playing some Sky Striker cards, but of course they can't actually do anything with them because the one face down monster on their field. I mean, yeah, you can send a Sky Striker spell to your graveyard, but don't they all have the same activation condition? Like, literally, well, okay, that one doesn't. there's Kagari. Right. So they might be able to turn their Sky Striker stuff on this turn. We'll have to see though, I guess. Yeah, target face down. It'd be really funny if they whiffed. But they haven't. Of course they haven't. We might just be dead. I've got a Bisteel, which can act as a blocker. And, you know, could get me a Surge in the end phase. But not too sure about that. And you have everything. Did you search engage off engage? No, you added linkage. How does Lemon Escape work? So it targets, it then shuffles for effect. I got another linkage. Let's just get rid of this one because it's not affected by the linkage. It's going to be easier for me to do that than it is to try and target the Rose. Because I'm pretty sure linkage gets from like deck and grade. Son of a bitch. Fuck off. Well, so much for playing a deck that was having a more consistent win rate and, you know, all that jazz. I mean, they are 20 wins from ranking up with 3 streams to do it. I ain't been here all that long. Anyway. Can't remember really what else I was saying. Yeah, I haven't really, like, been up to, like, loads. I plan on going climbing tomorrow. And, yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of been nice to have the time off. It'd also be nice to have hands that didn't brick like ass. This seems to just be a problem for me, regardless of whatever deck it is. So, a skill issue, I guess. I don't know. They're on a 51 card deck, though, with 13 extra. They could be playing just about anything. If we can, we want Starry Dragon Cycle first. I don't think that's going to matter here. Against Eldritch. Okay, to be fair, that's like the better one. That is just the better one. And yeah, we do this 100% of the time. Just get rid of Eldritch. Okay. We're nicely poised for this matchup, I'll say that. So here comes Fraulein in theory. And that's why we say in theory. Absolutely not. Take 13. Raigeki. Fair enough, you know. They've got Mystery Set card plus a golden, an Elixir spell trap. Right. Now I can banish the Retainer, which is probably the better move. Yeah, that's going to summon Lich from deck, so that's fine. We're going to add this one. Does it really matter? We're going to add Saronir. That's pretty big. Special summon. Yeah, that's fine. Summon Eldritch from deck. Because we are just going to banish this one as well. And I don't think you're on 3. You can return one monster on the field to your hand. Are you going to do that? No. You're going to set one of your banished Elixir or Golden Land cards. Okay, but it can't be activated this turn. So we still just... I think we just lethal, right? Yeah, we do. 100%. And then we use Fenrir to target and banish the Eldritch. And redeclare the attack, because Fenrir is a balanced card. And of course, in that scenario, we can still make the Ruddy Rose Dragon. Which means that we can banish the Eldritch from the graveyard. And we can banish one of the 2 cards from the field. All it takes is going up against a vampire player, apparently. Who doesn't open whatever their equivalent of the nuts is. While we open all of Abystial and Assault. Right. 3 legacy tickets, which provide us with nothing as far as I remember. Yeah, no, that's not really much of anything. Right, but the more important bit, the more fun part, the master packs. Well, I guess that's something between like last stream and this one. I've now seen the Amazing Digital Circus, which is a rather fun series on YouTube. Oh, new weather painter. And that's nice to get more copies of. Diamorphia counter, Grief Tablet, Wedju. Can't be tributed. Oh, it's a... okay, it's a negate. So yeah, this is just a targeting negate, right? And Odd Eyes Fusion. We should probably have a look at our Weather Painter stuff soon. I don't think Grief Tablet finds a place in any deck we really own. Like, Chalice is strictly better. Because at least, like, if their monster can't be targeted, I can always, like, up the attack of a monster I control by 400 points. Gadget stuff, right? Yeah. It is just a once per turn target destroy, but I don't think that's cutting it. Nor are the rest of those cards, really. I do like Vampire Curse, but it would be a lot better if it worked kind of like how the card like looks like it wants to work. It looks like it wants to keep climbing each time it comes back from the grave, but of course it doesn't. It only ever comes back at like 25. Right, so Weather Painters, we have most of the spell traps. We're missing the field spell. We're missing the E-Telly. The field spell lets us link with like spell traps, doesn't it? Yeah. The field spell lets us do that, so we do have to actually like link someone with our monsters. But normal summon in place of weather on a 0 attack. I can't remember. I think we have Piri. Banish to target a spell trap, return it. Banish to target a monster, have its attack directly. Banish this card, target one monster you control, tribute. Special summon a web from hand or grave. At the start of the damage step. And exactly one card. Ooh. okay. So assuming that is the start, that's a pretty rough one. Do they have any way of, like, summoning themselves? Not really, because it would be this one to special summon, and then that's kind of it. That one has a summon from Grave. Okay, we might have to shelve that, which is unfortunate. We don't have anything Dynamorphy, do we? Oh, we have Rex Turn. But we don't have any of the ways to actually make the Rex Turn. Yeah, okay. Right. Back to the dueling. But yeah, if you guys haven't seen it, The Amazing Digital Circus is a very fun animated series. It's currently 8 episodes long, up to a half hour-ish, as low as about 22 minutes, 20 minutes, you know. Fairly average episode length. And they are making a 9th episode, which I believe is the finale. And yeah, looking forward to seeing that. It was something that, like, what was it? Joe said they'd be doing a watch-along on the Patreon Hangout. And so I was kind of, like, half paying attention. I was doing something else at the time. Not a bad go secondhand, I guess. But yeah, I was kind of, like, half doing something else at the time. And yeah, it just kind of caught my interest. So I, like, watched episode 1 properly and then just, yeah, got through the rest of them. Is it 3 copies of New Good Old Boy Exodia? Because I feel like it's 3 copies of Exodia in your extra. There's On the other hand, they have cut their life points by 2,000, which is a boon. The only issue is we're not going first into this, otherwise we could, like, Trap Tricks, Trap Hole, Nightmare, along with, like, Forbidden Chalice. It would also get started on generator plays. We could banish something like the card that they end up setting, like the Field Nuke. I don't know why, but Millennium feels like an unreasonably hard matchup for me. I feel like it should be easier, I'm just playing it badly. They're all in deck still, so I guess there's that. That's a small mercy. Yeah, it's just going to be 3 copies of that guy. And then set the trap from deck. So they have a... The thing is, they can still just do that. Like, I could do this. I can, you know, search for a card. If they let me. Which they do. I'm not special summoning this turn, but they don't know that apparently. So we get ourselves one of these. Sure. What type of unit are a spellcaster? It does just kind of force the effect to go off. They are just going to destroy my board now. But this is negated for the turn, which means I can just Raigeki it. Okay, negated. Banish this. I don't know if it has a graveyard effect. Yeah, it does. And then Raigeki. Survey board. Accept this one. but it doesn't have any effects on the field, it just kind of sits there. Their life points are halved, which means their monster has basically no attack anymore, so we'll take that. That's burst for the field spell. That goes through. Which means if they're going to add cards from deck to hand, we actually get something. If. I guess that was the key word, wasn't it? In this case, I just sit tight, I let them draw for turn, and activate boss stage. Right. And in this case, I'm going to go for Lopter. We have nothing, I'd rather get to, you know, an opportunity for something. Yeah, you can gain life, but it's not going to matter. He gains life equal to the current life, doesn't he? So yeah, he's got a 4250, but that isn't enough to OTK, which means it's not a threat. And this guy, I presume, is a hard once. Yeah. That works, which means we can start clearing up the board one card at a time. Let's get rid of this. I know that I need to get rid of that one as well in the same way, but, you know, one thing at a time. Also, I could technically Chaos Mirage Dragon. So, yeah, what we're going to do is we're going to tribute off Lopter to get ourselves Valor in attack position, which it's not important that it's in attack position. Then Valor can summon. We're going to get Lopter back out. Yep, that's okay. So now I can summon this one. If you don't have one of those two banished, I can get Xyz 9 on the board, put it in attack position. You can use this one to target itself. We'll get rid of this as material, which means if we summon out Valor next turn, it just works. And then we can also summon Spark Dragon, which gives us a little bit of protection and allows us to banish this one, which means we can actually start swinging in for damage. Because this guy's effects are negated, which means it is now destructible. Alright, that's fine. You still draw a card, which means I still get a Valor in rotation. And we have a Monster Negate still, which can just stop the Exodia. So we do that one, summon the tokens first, and we do Valor next. But it doesn't matter, don't give it up there. Time for a biscuit. Well, it is Exodia. With a good multiple cards that don't need to be in the deck in the first place. Cloud. I mean, that looks like a decent list, but on the other hand, you're playing so many 2-ofs. Some of those need to be 3-ofs. Anyway, enough about critiquing other people's deck building. Let's get on to possibly, maybe our own deck building. Who knows? It depends on what the Master Pack has in store. There is technically a chance that the Master Pack just gives you 8 cards for an archetype in a whole pack. It's not going to happen, but it could. Rika, Gen X, Tellarknight that we don't have. And Xyz we already have. Yep. You see, it really wouldn't happen to us simply because we get nothing but duplicates. And so even if we did, it would be like a full set of cards we already have. For like, I don't know, Hero. Rocket Caliber's nice, but we already have our copies of it. I think we already got 3. That's not a bad one. Yeah, it's not a bad one, but it doesn't really advance like the Orcus ideas that we have going on. Alright. Surprise, surprise, the Master Pack's for a wash. Let's go on with the next duel. I might try and update Cosmopunk in the near future. Because the Cosmos stuff isn't like too inconsistent. And the Punk stuff is just kind of like, you know, it's passable to pair with it because Psychic's paying life points, etc. It's got good synchro toolbox like utilities. Gonna take the extra deck. I could probably try and cut down on the main deck just somewhat. Well, Raigeki's a very good going second card. Depending on where they place their monsters and what kind of monsters they are, Anima works as well. It is, in fact, Stun Man. He was not lying. Right. Is it just like set Metaverse? I think it's just set Metaverse in this scenario. One. You'll move. Because I don't have anything else. Maybe I should have set the Yamatako. I don't know. Yeah, I guess I should have set it. I can wait on the Metaverse. The Metaverse will actually give me, like, monsters, genuinely. Right, so I'm going to do that now. Because that's activated from deck, I can get away with it. I'm going to set this one, which is going to cost me 500. But it should allow me to do slightly better plays next turn. They've got some unknown face downs. I'm going to mill a bunch of cards. I'm thinking Lopter, so we can get into Utgarda. Now, I think this is going to count as one summon for that. Okay. Each time your opponent normal or special summons monster. Alright, so in theory this is just 300, not 900. Three and 300? Yeah. Okay. so these cards that we have in the graveyard aren't too bad to have in the graveyard at the moment. So that can attack directly, okay. So yeah, that's 600. We get this one out, which does that mean we put one in the grave? Don't know. I'm gonna get rid of this one, because that's a big chunk of immediate damage. And those two face downs haven't done anything, probably because I haven't attacked them yet. I'd reckon. End phase. Right, so my thoughts on the theory is that we banish a card now, because that's already on field effects, and it forces whatever face downs are actually in play, if they're activatable at this instant, which they might not be. So we're going to hit this one. That goes Dimension Wall. Right, so Monster Reborn is going to cost me 5. That's going to cost me another... Okay, yeah, it just costs. It's fine. I think we just get Valor. We leave Valor in attack position to attack over this thing. We leave Utgarda in defense position. We've got a 24-card deck still, they've got an unknown face down. They have something they can supposedly respond with. They could negate the, I could negate this, but that doesn't feel like a good idea. Like, it would save me some damage, but I'm still trading out for the Chalice in hand. 25, so like this should clear, it just depends on what this is, and what the mystery card is in hand. So that clears. I'm thinking we just go end phase. They're gonna have to pay as much as I do to like do things. And yeah, in this case actually we just get Ha, which is 100% worth it. We don't want to risk actually milling him. And let's get us a token. I'm okay with that. That summons we get the token and like, oh dear, it's on the field, but I can just banish it again. Then we can use this and that to just like get rid of it. 14 card deck, they're on 55. I can flip this up for a synchro 10. Okay. No, there's no reason to go to battle phase there. Right, we've got Raigeki, so I'm going to use this on the new face down. Get rid of that. Ring of Destruction, that was a good hit. It's going to cost me life points for the Raigeki, but that feels worth it. Because, yeah, you've got the miscellaneous face down there. Let's see. I mean, we can always negate whatever this is. So it's either they have something that stops us, or they don't. And they don't. Right, okay, I'm happy that I navigated that one correctly. maybe there was a couple of choices that I shouldn't have made. Maybe I should have just used the chalice to save from some damage. In fact, it was probably correct, because I think that ended up burning me for like 900 on that turn. And I could have got it to burn me for maybe just the 500 of the spell activation. Yeah, Master Packs. Let's see what we can open. We have so far had a great deal of, new cards today, right? I mean, just look at all these new cards for us. Absolutely spilling. Oh, even the super rare. It's just depressing. Like, there's so many cards we don't have. A stupid number of cards we do not have. And yet we're just pulling, like, the same cards over and over again. We also haven't got a Royal Rare in forever. Which, okay, how many packs are we opening? But still, like, like the first 4 duplicates and the last 4 duplicates. What do you want me to do? How is one supposed to proceed when it doesn't feel like they're entirely getting, like, random cards per se, Like, the whole thing is at the start of this is basically, what, 40 random cards to, like, 80 random cards to start your challenge? And it's like, yeah, in theory that works, but, like, as soon as you get past that point, it's no longer a random set of cards. They look at your collection, they say, you aren't using this card, maybe you want more of it. Maybe you want more of this so you can keep not using it. Right, they're going first. We do not have hand traps. We have Ego's second tool. And we are against anything... I don't know. It's Blackwings. Well, we could be here for a minute. I'm seeing a problem. And that problem is currently Oops All Tuners. Right, you can just synchro from deck because of course you can. I always forget about that. Yeah, just synchro summon from deck. It's a fair mechanic. And you are a negate or something, right? If you control a synchro, yeah. That's not a Blackwing synchro monster. Well, that's one negate. They only need to put a Blackwing synchro, and then they have 2. Basically. Okay. You've got enough to make an 8 again. Or a 6, and then... maybe an 8? I don't know. You make 12. What are you going for? You're going for Crimson Dragon and then making like a second Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. There's no thing. It is not a tuner. You're making a rank 6? You just... okay, no, you're leaving the Blackwing on the field so that you have something. Chalice. Oh, that's not a bad card. Alright, 7th Tachyon. Reveal. Let me get. letting me get? And we're putting back... I think I want to keep the Naglfire in hand, because it actually gives me something. So we're going to put the Crackdown back. Probably the wrong choice, but it's what we're doing. Normal stuff. It is a quick effect, you know. But I guess they don't, which does save us a lot of aggro. How much attack do they have in the field? They have 64. Son of a fucking bitch. I can put this back in the extra. Oh, but they don't have another Black Winged Dragon in the extra. That is mildly funny. So okay, I have managed to clear that whole board, but on the other hand, they can just get like one card, and then that does it. And yeah, we just chalice this. And then we do that, and we turn you. And you. And then you control a monster with more attack. Right. We are not in a great position. We are in a position. I should have took Crackdown instead of Fiendish Chain, but hindsight. Alright, well that sucks. They got a Blackwing name in their Blackwing deck. We have to hold the Fiendish Chain. And the thing is, I think if I did Crackdown to take control of it, that probably would have worked, but I'm not sure. Can you summon yourself? You can. Your quick effect? No. And again, oops, all tuners. Because that's all effect. It doesn't look like there's a cost in that. So it means it can't do it, which means they can't synchro summon. We'll take that. You have 3 tuner monsters, you can't use that effect. You place a Black Feather Whirlwind. Wow. You still need to synchro summon. You don't have any Black Feather counters. Well, there's the Crackdown anyway. I could use Alpha here. But no, we definitely don't want to return that to the hand. We want to put it in the grave. Right. Do they get a Blackwing monster that gives them another monster? Not every Blackwing does. Although they have Zephyros, which I can't remember if they used or not. Right. I can target this, so I don't know. Oh, right. Probably because I did it a little too late. And we wait. We wait to see what you do. I mean... let's do that. Let's leave that. That's unfortunate. They're playing around the crackdown. The thing is, this, like, I could stop this doing its effect, and then they just, like, you know, they just destroy it by battle. Oh, and you gotta just bring something back, don't you? Yeah, we're in a bad spot now, aren't we? Face up monsters only. Alright. They've banished one of those already, so there's only the one in the grave. They've got to put it in the grave, but at the moment that's not an issue, honestly. Right, so Alpha is now destructible. Regrets. I don't know what they do, I just know they got a lot of things to do. It does have to target a face-up card, but they're just going to run over the Alpha anyway, so they're going to maintain it for the Alpha. There's, again, Hot Red Dragon Archfiend. Yep. I did put him back in the extra, I guess. Why are you turboing this out? Why is that what you're doing? Oh, I got another normal summon. Sweet. I might just be dead. Not sure. Alright, that's in the graveyard now. Which actually means they can just pop the Alpha and go for the game. Like, this is going to be negated until the end of the turn. And, like, after that, I'd actually just immediately take control of the Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Burning Abyss. However, or Hot Red Dragon Archfiend Abyss. However, I'm not going to get that far. Not if they have any common sense about them. That's 10. Which makes, yeah. You have, at present, 72. I have 22 blocking, so yeah, you should just be, oh, it's not a Blackwing. It isn't a Blackwing. But you do just summon a second one. Which means that this just doesn't work. Like, it doesn't matter. Like, even if I targeted this, it just doesn't matter. They got 1,000 over that, and then I don't have enough life points. Fuck's sake. We were so close to that. And also, we were so close to ranking up and getting back where we were at the start of this stream, you know. I love my opponent top decking, you know, the card that saves them in the deck of the card that saves them. Pretty damn good, isn't it? And their hand was apparently pretty damn bad. I say it was pretty damn good because it's Fenrir double compulse, but the double compulse does require them to get into the extra deck first. And it's the FTK bot. I'm torn on that. On the one hand, like, any competent, like, deck has just an out for the FTK bot, right? On the other hand, like, it's still an FTK bot. Like, can we not just, like, do something that just cripples it? Like, because is it really fun to go against another Radiant Typhoon? Okay, we're actually getting new cards in this one, and more copies of Pearly cards. I don't know how many of those we have, but that is rather good. We don't have an MST. And I know we have, like, another Radiant Typhoon monster, but it's nothing that, like, gives us anything. But yeah, we don't have MST, which is the core basis of that deck. And as a result of the last pack giving us new cards, this one gives us nothing. Pretty much. Mystic Holder is not a card to be considered. As a tribute summon, it has an effect that depends on if you activated a monster, spell, or trap, 3 different effects, and they're all kind of mid for the condition that you've got to tribute summon it. It's level 5 spellcaster with poor stat line. 5 or 6, but you know, it's not exactly easy to bring out anyway. Right, going first. Maybe we can rank up this time. Maybe this is all we need to go first with Generator towards the end of the month. He says, opening a arguably goes second hand. 3 extra deck again. It could be Man, it could be Exodia, it could be many things. We have a Cosmic, which would be good against Man. We have a Lost Wind, which is good against Man, question mark? I don't know. Yeah, overall I really don't like this hand. But we put cards in the deck, I guess. We're going to brick on them occasionally. It just feels like occasionally is very frequently. Alright. They have Ankh. That's bad. That's a problem. I think I'm just dead. Yeah, I'm just dead. Fuck me, man. Rank up challenge actually impossible. Get one more win. You see it appear across the top of the screen, and it's apparently like a debuff. You immediately just, like, you brick, your opponent draws, like, whatever they need. It's not possible. They don't want you to move from where you are. Like, this hand is immediately just better, right? We've got Ogre, we've got the Field Spell, and we've got a Cosmic. Which is not, by any shot of the imagination, everything. But it is something, you know? If we can get Valor next turn, we've got a Monster Negate. Or we got an Omni Negate, we got an MST, and we got a top deck Banish. Well, that works, and in this case, yeah, I'd rather go for Valor to get into half of the game. That works. And there we go, we have a heart. Playing into Mech Knights, playing around Anima. Can't have everything. Also playing into Transversa. not playing into Nibiru thanks to the Cashier over. I think we let that go through. That makes them halve their life points. They now have to send a monster from their hand to the grave. It's blue-eyed, so I can just banish the field spell. We let that resolve. We then do this. Take a look at the top 5. Drill Beam, absolutely getting rid of the Drill Beam. Heck off. The rest of those you play multiples of anyway. The Drill Beam, there's a chance they play one of, now I don't have to deal with it for the rest of the game. Right. So yeah, it's now on the field. And yeah, in this case we want to negate and destroy because they've used their normal summon. It'll stop this and get rid of this. If they activate the field spell, we can Cosmic Field Spell. Discard that one. The field spell doesn't mention Duel Eyes. Ultimate Fusion does, I guess. Kyberman. Can you summon Kyberman? Definitely can't now. And you can shuffle back from grave, but that's not gonna give you anything that pops. Right, you got Raw. When did you get Raw? You just had Raw. Right, you've got to destroy one using the Ultimate Fusion if you want. I did what I fucking could, didn't I? I think I played that as well as I humanly could. Yeah, Tyrant Dragon can attack everything once each. You haven't used your effect. There goes the field spell, yeah. Fantastic. I'm left on one card to top deck against Blue Eyes. Or level 1 Light Tuner from your grave. What do you set? You set True Light. Of course you set True Light. That's just the only correct option. No, Bestial here wouldn't be terrible. Yeah, you're technically ending on a negate as well. Bestial here wouldn't be terrible. Right. So, what are we doing? Yeah, we're 100% banishing from their graveyard. We're getting rid of the Blue Eyes Tyrant, I think. We can get rid of Maiden, but... Actually, yeah, let's get rid of Maiden. Let's normal summon this. I think it is just special summon this one, right? 1, 2. Make that. We're going to put it in the EMZ. Give it space if we do, for some reason, get boss stage again. Then 1, which we're just going to get rid of the True Light. And then 2 will get rid of Graveyard. You now can't negate my Graveyard effect. can't negate my on-field effect either. It's destroyed during the end phase, so I don't really care about that. You can bring this back, but it's only if it was synchro summoned that you get to do that effect. Yeah, much more importantly... Fuck! Fuck's sake. It just has that effect, doesn't it? The thing is, Minor Orc Chain Link 1, there's not actually a way I can work around that. Absolute fucking piss take. Not a 3200 monster on the field, but can you do better? Yes, you can. Assuming you're playing 2. I managed to banish the True Light, hey, you know. Well, for what it's worth, they're not on 2. So the other bit that is worth, they're on Baron the Fleur, because of course you fucking are. I mean, there's literally not a reason for me to use it. I don't have a Assault Synchron. Fuck you. Fuck off. And you didn't even declare an attack. How dis-fucking-respectful. Oh man, Raigeki. My favorite. Maybe they don't. Yeah. Fuck off. I had that so damn close. Random line of text on a boss monster that I don't know why it's there. It's there exactly to piss me off. They knew I'd be doing this, you know? However many years down the line. In fact, I think I started this before Blue Eyes was a thing, so... Okay. I do not mind this hand. Hopefully my opponent does, you know? Right. Boss stage, fight, cycle, chain, and a bestial in hand. I like these. In this case, I think we are just going for... I think we are just going for... There's no reason to not, because it means that we actually have a negate online. We already have actual disruption, and so we shouldn't be greedy and go for more, and potentially lose that to a nib. Because the nib doesn't do anything in hand anyway. Add a ritual spell. If ritual summoned using a normal monster... I mean, you got to destroy something by battle. Can I, like, target this guy or anything? I can't activate cards or effects during the battle phase. I think I'm actually going to go Fruit Garter. There's no way it can destroy a monster by battle if it's not on the field to destroy a monster by battle. That's my line of thinking. And someone can tell me if it's flawed, but I'm pretty sure it's not. Pot of Extravagance, okay. I mean, it just kind of has to be okay. I don't have anything to stop that. here's the bit where having Ha would have come in handy, I guess. Yeah. I don't care about that at the moment. I care about apparently your one monster. Yeah, that one. There goes Heavy Storm. Fantastic. Exactly what I wanted from this, you know? Fuck you. More ritual. If you add advanced ritual art again, I'm gonna fucking lose it. Actually, no. This is fine. As long as they dump a light monster or a dark monster, there are acceptable outcomes. Okay. Shall we wait for this? Send you normal monsters. Probably just the one. It is in fact Blue Eyes, which makes it a light monster. For Chaos Dragon, who cannot be targeted. What the fuck? Why are you playing? You target. You target as well. When the fuck is this a thing? It can only attack one monster. Most of these monsters are leaving at the end of the turn anyway. I'm not taking lethal damage from this. There's another Blue Eyes. But seriously, what the fuck is your deck that you're playing? Like, Blackluster Soldier, fucking Blue Eyes monsters, you know? I can target this, so I'm going to. Get out of here. I will have you beat my one monster normally, thank you. It sucks, but hey, what are you gonna do? Apparently, struggle. Because your opponent drew Heavy Storm. Of course they did. How are you not prepared for the one-off? Perfect. Just fucking perfect. You know? It's exactly what I needed. A card that helps me do things at this stage. Well, I kill the Mandu, and if they have anything with 600 attack, I lose the game on the spot. Like, I couldn't have hard drawn the other boss stage, it couldn't have been locked her. No. No, it couldn't have been any of those things, could it? What do you mean that's the deck I fucking lost to? What is this fucking luck that I'm having? What is the deck? Do you want hand traps or do you not want hand traps? You've got 3 in there, and you've got 3 cards which turn off hand traps for the rest of the duel for you. Like, okay, the extra deck's fluff, that's fine. But, like, you can do better than this. Like, why are you playing Waboku and the Mirror Force and the Lost Wind? Why am I losing to this? Fucking game, Jesus. This is supposed to be the better deck. I'm going first. I'm getting, like, you know, I'm doing what I want to do, right? Apparently wrong. The correct play was, in fact, to go for her. Not to think about it, you know? Just always get the negate. Right, we gotta go first. Do we break this time? Do we connect to the duel? Our opponent sees they're going second and just rage quits, because that's kind of what it feels like. Knowing my luck at the moment. Fuck off. The small multi-million-dollar company can't connect 2 duelists. Alright, we're going first. Maybe this duel will actually connect. Yeah, it connects, no issue. And of course, we get a pretty brick hand for going first. What do I have to do to appease this game? What do I have to do to draw, like, a hand that does something? Could you not? What do I need to do? What do I need to do to please you? I'm just, like, I'm dead from this position, right? I'm pretty sure that, like, the average Sword Soul combo just puts up lethal, like, immediately. They don't do, like, Dark Monsters in the grave, and even if they did, I'd probably want to save the Magnum up for next turn if I can. Because, you know, I think that, like, Dark Monsters, they're extra deck, not their main deck. You know what this is? This is a load of fucking bullshit. And this probably makes Baron, which means you only need another 1,000. Yep, there's Baron. So where's your last 1,000 points of damage coming from? Oh, they didn't even attack. You dumb fuck. Now, putting the Baron back in their extra deck is a problem, but I need to maintain some kind of board presence. I can Magnum in end phase. Well, not in end phase, but I can Magnum to get rid of this one. No, I'm going to do it now. On the off chance that they put another one in grave. I'm going to put that one in defense position to protect life points. Well. guess they used it, you know. If we get to boss stage, there's a chance that they don't have Ash Blossoms for that one. Now, was this guy just a negate? Another effect monster on the field. This has to target an extra deck monster, which sucks. But we can maybe work around it. Unaffected by monster effects. Good. This isn't going to be a monster effect you're having to deal with. Right, what are you doing? Come on, you've got 3 cards in hand, it can't be that complicated. This was a return to the game deck with friend code. Alright. Well, that draw doesn't do anything for me, but on the other hand, they are 55 closer to death. We'll take that, because if they're bricked, I do not care. You managed to just, like, Harpies me turn 1 for all 2 cards that I have. I know I've got plenty of one-offs, but that's just a one-off in every deck. Like, someone who's on 3 Twin Twister, they're playing 3, they're gonna see it, like, in about a third of their games, right? But Harpies is a one-off, that's just statistically less likely. Tiltingly so. The same goes for like Max C and everything. If you add up all the one-offs, sure, they're probably going to draw a broken one-off about as many times as they'll draw like a 3-off in a regular deck. But the point being that each one of those one-offs is just like completely sacky. And they for some reason just have the right one for the situation. Well, yeah, I'm kind of like, you know, just happy I didn't have to, right? It's not that Sword Soul is an inherently unfair deck, it's just that I don't have anything when you wipe my 2 back row. And apparently, they don't know how to OTK, or they just didn't have the tools to OTK. Now that's a pretty decent Legacy Pack card. The issue is that it does behave like old Poly used to, kind of. We have Mirror Force. Do we have Mirror Force Dragon? Because the other options are Ring of Destruction and Destruction Dragon, or Crush Card and Doom Virus Dragon. I think Destruction Dragon is the next best one. There's also Tyrant Burst, which can attack all monsters once each. I don't know if we have that. It wouldn't be terrible if we could get that. But no, Mirror Force Dragon or Destruction Dragon, those are the cards we kind of, you know, want. And Gorgonic Pool. Okay. Oh, an Impachi. Fang of Chrysius is definitely something to make note of, though. Thankfully, you know, stuff from the Legacy Packs is so often nigh irrelevant. Like, the most relevant stuff from the Legacy tickets is probably the fact that you've got a whole bunch of normal monsters, which means you've got, like, really good Rescue Rabbit targets. Hello. That would have been an early staple, not a staple at present. Speedroid, Magic Key, yeah. Those don't really change up the deck yet. What about this one? Okay, that's the 3rd Psychic Processor. Or if it isn't, and we already had 3, I guess, you know, sure. Elemental Hero, which searches Mass Change. If special summoned, not if normal summoned. Damn it. That is so close to being a good card for us, but we can't really special summon it. Right, I'm gonna have a quick look about our Critias related cards. then I need to nip away for a sec. Related. Okay, so we've got Destruction Dragon. We have 2 Ring of Destruction, but I have a feeling that they are both, yeah. Bugger. And the same goes for, yeah. Well. Okay, can't have everything. I am going to be right back. And we're back. Let's get back into the duels. But yeah, we definitely have a Mirror Force, but unfortunately not Mirror Force Dragon. Even if we did, I'm not sure how much it'd be worth running the both of them in a deck, given that like Mirror Force is just useful on its own. If we use it, I don't think we have a launcher to recover it. Excuse me. And that does kind of mean we're basically either using the Mirror Force and getting then the, fusion card is just a brick in hand, or the fusion card is just a brick in hand most of the time, because we're going to be drawing it without Mirror Force a good chunk of the time. You'd rather have like 3 Mirror Force so you could at least see it consistently. But no, at the moment, we need to find a way to get to Ring of Destruction. Well, find a way to get to Ring of Destruction. We need to find Ring of Destruction, or we need to find Tyrant Wing. Either or. Tyrant Wing is only equipable to a dragon, but we do have, several bestials. And while the hand we have isn't the best, we do have Dark Aura into 7th Tachyon, which means we need Dark Aura and get into a rank 9. Okay, this is not your average deck. If it's the deck that actually uses this card, there is a loop, I'm not sure if it's possible anymore, which cycles Psyblocker to name every card in the game. Like, it is technically an infinite loop, The question is, are they just playing a Masochist deck and just playing this, or are they playing this, is it like, the combo deck? Because those are 2 entirely different things. No, they're just summoning it. They couldn't even think of a card to declare. The thing is, it's not a quick effect either. Right, in that case, 7th Tachyon, we're going to reveal, and get Lopter. We're going to put back, I'm going to put this back because it's a normal summon. So here we get Valor. Val's going to summon this from hand. We go to battle, and we, just deal as much damage as we can. We make a rank 9 in main 2. Set Metaverse. I think that's good. Put that in defense position in the EMZ. One, two, three, four. Oh. I mean, they get banished anyway, so yeah. You can't keep them around, and I'm not going to negate that. There was a point when I thought that this was like a solemn Psy-frame, but then I've, long since realised that actually, why would anyone have played Gamma if a solemn existed? That feels like that'd be a lot stronger. Right, so we set one card, and pass turn. These two banish. We have a monster negate, and we have a trap card. We kind of need to wait for them to control a card, is the thing. Like, literally putting a spell card face on the field to activate it would be fine. Like that. Oh, it's while you control no monsters. Right, my bad. On the other hand, this doesn't trigger, they just have to do it in their own time. Small mercies, right? Which is a problem because they can now make a link to. I guess I should have known the best way to play against Psy-frames is to not, They don't have something... Well, no, the field spell lets them get over 2800. Assuming they've got more Psy-frames in hand, which I wouldn't really be surprised if they did. You just need to make them Mega, or Zeta, and then just, discard one Psy-frame with an attack stat. Which, even Alpha has an attack stat. Or you can do Red Dragon Archfiend. Sure. On the other hand, this does mean they control a monster, and they can't use their Psy-frames anymore. I mean, it was just the one monster. I guess I shouldn't have done anything. Now I have a Red Dragon Archfiend that I gotta clear. Yeah, resolve the Red Dragon Archfiend. Okay, we've still got 8k life. You're fucking with me. It is always a tuner. I'm just gonna pass. Like, this is a special summon. If we get into a... I'm not sure. Haggard? Haggard would do it. Yeah, at absolute worst, we can, make Haggard Lizardos. I really don't know why they made it in the EMZ, but that is actually annoying. It could have been that they put it under the EMZ and we made anima. But no. They've also now got the opportunity to, like, just, you know, get cards turn after turn that they're not doing things. Okay, that will, in fact, do it, you know. Yeah, we're just gonna sing for someone. We're not gonna bother with the other option. Now, I'm gonna put mine in the EMZ because I'm on generators. And I want the field spell to resolve. No, I don't actually care about banishing the grave. Take 200. All I need is an extra 200 points of damage for them to do nothing. Which is not necessarily going to happen there on side frames. They could just have, like, the summon, they could have the attack block. In theory... I guess I want to look at Driver, don't I? So... Beta? Destroy the attacking monster, yeah. There's not really a way I can insulate against that. Actually, there is. Yeah, so we can do that. Tribute off. You had the Gamma as well. Why the fuck not? Does it still work at least? Distributed or banished? Yeah, that should still work. On the other hand, this does put them out of drivers, right? And deck a grave. Yeah, this puts them out of Ciphering Gear Driver. You're now on multi-threader. And now you can't do anything. So we're gonna summon back the Light Crows. Yeah, you get a Synchro Summon which keeps your drivers in rotation, right? It's not even a once per turn. Okay, so playing the game is a fool's errand apparently. You're gonna make a 7 or an 8. You've got either. You don't have to Synchro Summon Cyframes, as we found out. You could Synchro Summon your own stuff for Black Rose. Zeta. Right. Of course. And of course you put it in the fucking EMZ. What is, like, do you not play the Link to? What are you doing? Tribute Psychics with level, special level, 7 or lower than the original levels. You can't Synchro Summon with that. Using only Cyframes. So unless you're summoning multi-threader. Oh wait, no. Yeah, you can just summon multi-threader, right? Because, like, the Cyframes restrictions on, like, their monsters are that they just have to be summoned by a card effect. So what, are we making another 7? Is that the game plan? No, oh, you're something from extra. Are you synchroing for 9, or... No, you're not. Yeah, no, I'm not doing that. This will be banished. So, yeah, I'm content with that. That gets banished. This comes back into standby. Yeah. Right. You control a monster, you don't have the link. You can't stop it. What am I getting? Oh, piss. No, this is fine. Except, yeah, they know what to hold it for. And my monster doesn't come back anymore. I shouldn't have summoned the tokens. I'm just slowly making worse misplays because how often do you... Oh, okay. They're giving me a zone again. It says during your next standby phase. In your next standby phase. It's not your next turn, so it is... Oh. Thanks. That just means I get my Body Rose back. And I have other tokens, why didn't you just get rid of Locta? But yeah, they're soft monsters, so they can just do that. What do we have? Level 3 Psychic, it's not a shooter. Banish this card and a Psychic, type 1 face-up monster, banish it until the end phase. Okay. Here's Har, I guess. You add a card from deck to hand, or if you're activating an effect, I can actually stop it for once. I am in a winning position, it's just going to take me some time apparently. Also because slightly unfamiliar, you know? Yeah, it doesn't matter that the Zeta is a quick effect because, you know, it's not a trigger effect. It means I get a chance to respond to one of them. Even if it was a trigger effect, I could respond to the last one. Tribute Summon. Archfiend. I can't help but feel like you have better options. From your graveyard. Or are you banishing until the end phase then? Probably Har. Nope, you're getting rid of Valor until the end phase. That is completely fine by me. Like, surely you know I'm not gonna waste it on something that isn't getting rid of, you know, isn't one of these two exactly. The token. I mean, yeah, I'll stop that because, you know, I'm going to lose the token anyway. And yeah, you can banish one, but it's coming back anyway. Which means you're now down to this and this. Okay, destroy. Now you got this thing left, which still can't hit over Locker. I'm getting these two back. I contribute off the... I contribute off the Valor for something, but it's not important. Okay, what are you adding to your hand? Because you still don't have a clear field, so you're adding the attack blocker. But you only have one Gamma. Gamma is still limited. Yeah. And where are your other attack blockers? Oh, in hand or in deck. Okay. You want to take 100. Okay, you want to take 100. Right, so your Cyphering comes back during your standby phase, but there's nothing that stops me from just clearing you up right now, correcting it wrong. So, change this to attack, change this to attack. I'm gonna normal summon Yamtako. I'm gonna special summon Anima. I'm just gonna nick your monster real quick. Sure, it's not a problem. And what do I need? I need to get R back in rotation, but I don't exactly know how to do that. Oh, wait, no, I know how to do that. We just get any old 9. Although this doesn't actually stop when I want it to stop. This just gives me summoning ability turn after turn. So I can pitch this. Oh wait, no, it does exactly what I want it to do. Because it wasn't summoned this turn, I can now summon the power back out. And there we go. We can stop an attack block, which means we have game. Took a minute. There we go. Long fought. I've got to admit, the side blocker at the start really threw me off. They just didn't even declare a card name at all. Yeah, there's like a whole bunch of things that you don't need in this deck. Like, at all, right? Crossminder, I guess it's because it's like Archfiends, right? Is that the through line? Do you have any stuff that supports... I mean, yeah, you're playing that, but do you have anything that supports like Archfiend generically? Banish an Archfiend to target card, destroy it. Earthbound. It's always treated as an Archfiend. Fiends. Target Archfiend. Yeah, like, there's not actually a point to mix those. But they did. And to be fair, it's like, it's kind of neat. But I don't get it. I feel like there are better Archfiends than your level 6 Tribute Summon, with the only thing being it can prevent itself from being destroyed. 500 life isn't a lot, it's not about the price of it, it's just like, there's gotta be better cards. IQ, Broken Line, another Val... It's good to get like multiples of the Valmonica things, because, you know, it's just necessary. We'd much rather get multiple of the Pendulum Scales, so we can at least just like pen summon 4s consistently. And then if we are against Burn for some reason, we actually get some advantage from it. Anything? Nothing. Oh, what a good master pack, you know? I've always wanted to get 15 cards I already have to add to my collection of, you know, at this point, just a stupid amount of duplicates. Yeah, I have 7 of Earthbound Immortal Ururu. Number owned. I have 9 of some cards, okay? Like, I have playsets for me and my friends. What? Like, this is just stupid. I've got... Okay, wait, no. 3 of those came in a structure deck. I was about to say, I've got like 5 of an SR. Oh, I have actually got 5 Searu. Well, 4 of them, but, you know. Could be any super rares, that could, you know. Could be anything in this game. Like, it doesn't even have to be good, it just has to be different. Because eventually enough different means good, right? You just whittle down the possibilities. Hope everyone else has been doing okay anyway. Hope everyone else has been up to some interesting things. Raigeki Reborn is a hell of a hand. Plus a tuner. Which is also potentially Atma, depending on how they play. Oh, this could be anything, right? From what I've seen of, like, I can't remember if it's Table 500 or, like, the, dual-taining things. But Allure Queen, Allure Palace is just, like, anything. How many cards is it? I assume it's 60. 48. 5. So 56. Wait. 52. 55, 57. 57 card deck with a 15 extra. Well, I still think we're going to be here for some time, so, you know. Get comfortable. I'd love to have things to talk about, but I just don't. I've continued... Have I continued my D&D Magic Light Misfit thing, Majig? There's got to be a better name for it, but, well, that was the Relic Edit test thing. This thing's getting banned soon. So I guess people are abusing it while it's still around. Yeah, I guess I have. I've gotten to page 182 from, I think it's like 160 or something like that. I've not, like, made alternate versions of everything I've come across, but I've made a few. Mostly it's just funny, I think. Like, D&D homebrew is something that's just, you know, nice to play around with. Attack or activate their effects. Their effects are not negated. It is a very important distinction to say that their effects are not negated. They cannot activate as one thing. But they're also doing full Fiendsman combo. So yay, jolly. They could time out, couldn't they? I don't know how many things they've gone through already, but like, I think they could time out on this. Because, like, there's a good chunk of the time where Fiendsmith isn't even, like, the closing thing, it's just something you do partway through to get yourself a negate. Although I guess the only negate they'd be worried about is Nibiru. And yeah, I'd still get through a summon negate, but if I had Nibiru, I could have used it long ago at this point. Into sequence. So yeah, I guess it's just different kind of Fiendsmith things. Oh yeah, the news tournament on the Discord server started, so that's neat. We managed to get it going, finally. It's one of those ones that's, we've dubbed it as like Faction Wars. And as such, they always take a little bit extra time to get going because it's a proper team effort. Right, I need to reload Discord. And they're still going, they haven't even done the lorry thing yet. Surely they're going to time out. Okay, there's a link. 3 for Curious. You made Lanthorynchus. Why did you make Lanthorynchus? I cannot tribute their cards. I am not going to be able to activate my monster effects. I think they're going for like the full board lockdown. Like the proper kind of like, you know, TV 500. Just full. Or at least that's the idea. Maybe it's a couple negates and a couple, you know, bits that just stop like kaijus and that. Who knows? We'll find out after these issues. Did they actually get it back, or is it still in the break? They did get it back. How did they get it back? How did you return it? I'm a little confused. Oh, this thing. Right. Also, welcome. Welcome to the channel, welcome to the stream. Hope you're well. You're currently sitting through long-ass combo, which I can only assume they're going to time out on, right? They've already started. They started with, what did they start with? White Forest? They started with the Law Queen into White Forest, into Fiendsmith, continuing like the, you know, pile things. Yeah, we're doing Duel Masochist, and we are, in fact, on Generator. We are going second, which is already pretty bad. We'll be going second against Combo Slot, which I'm going to take a guess is trying to set up a either infinite negates or your opponent doesn't do anything. Probably your opponent doesn't do anything, but the hand is not the worst, I guess. We have, as you see, Raigeki Reborn, and the level 1 in our hand can translate into Relinquished Anima. So there's that as well, I guess. But, yeah, we're just gonna have to see how it goes, because I don't know what they're doing. Like, at all. I know that they can put negates on the field. I know they've got Kaiju protection in hand. Reproductus. That's never a fun thing. What are you declaring? Winged Beast. Is it Simorg? Are we about to see Mist Valley Apex Avian on top of whatever things you're doing? And I guess Baronda Fur. It might in fact be that. Baron de Fleur, I cannot tribute their cards. Apex Avian, I cannot. No, if I set a card, it dies. And then the Rainbow Magician. Yeah. Fun interactive gameplay. Like, you know, I think there's, I think a lot of people can learn from this. But Yu-Gi-Oh! Is a game about, it's a two-player game. It's about interaction. Can't set cards. If your opponent can't set cards... right, no, they can activate their monster effects. I can't... okay. Right. So, is there anything that, like, threatens them, stat-wise? I could reborn the Lurry. You can't quick effect sync or anything. What are you? Once per turn. That's not a quick effect, so you've got a negate. My... no, hold on. There's... fuck. Well, that was fun, wasn't it? And you managed to do it all in the time frame. Congratulations. Hope you're happy. Next duel. Yeah, if you can't get to anti-spell, just get to anti-spell on legs. Well, we're going first. Surely this will be better, right? Besides, the challenging Duel Masochist for no reason. Right, we're against... well... the hand's fine. We're against standard deck size. So, we do 7 Tachyon. Definite start. Go for a rank 4. Then... do we get hit with an Ash? We do, which means that boss stage can go through. But I think more importantly than that, we want a tactics right now. DDD. They've got Imperm, they've got Baylor. During your opponent's main phase, so if I put the Imperm back, they can get started, but they don't have interrupts. Which I think is fine. Right, and what are we going for? I think I'm going Lopter, because they would need to have drawn another Ash or another Imperm. Then Lopter can tag into Ha? Are we thinking Ha? I'm not sure. Right, during your main phase, if this card was activated, you can place a Dark Contract. Right, now just related so I know what I'm looking at, because we saw that Copernicus was also in hand. You can send a DD from you. Okay. Okay. I think we go with this. R is just a negate, but you know, a banish on a pendulum or a continuous spell is functionally a negate. And we know they've got Copernicus in hand, which I think is just full combo. but I don't really know what else I was supposed to do. Like, I could negate destroy with the Ha. Yeah, actually, no, I should have gone with Ha, because I can negate destroy that, and then they are going to add monster at some point during the turn, but I guess they probably just play into that and add something what they want in the grave. It's difficult to figure out. Oh. Alright. No, it seems we made the right choice. That'll do it. And honestly, yeah, I'm not too upset about that. I tried to do one thing and I got hit by an Ash Blossom. Which happens so often at the moment. 2 Droll, 2 Veiler, 3 Ash, Bell, Nibiru, 2 Imperm, cross out Callby. And of course their own tactics, which isn't limited in Master Duel. Why do I think it was? I don't know. I think it's limited TCG, so that's probably why. Even though I haven't played the TCG in some time, I guess I'm still going off that for a ban list. Right, what do we get? We got a couple new cards. Magna Drago is interesting. This guy isn't all that good. No. No. Right, on with the Master Packs then. The thing that should give us something really rewarding, but so far has kind of let us down a little bit today. Maybe we're not high enough to generate the proper rewards that we seek. Maybe we need to be up in Plat 2 for that or something, I don't know. Right. One more pack. And then we get back to the Duel. And so I've got a Valkyrie card, a kind of... it's got the Dragon Rulers on it, but it's not really Dragon Ruler support. Invoked Mechama. That is a pretty good invoked monster to get. Shame we don't have Invocation. We have Alistair, we just don't have the Fusion spell. And that would be pretty damn good. I don't think Invocation locks us into anything, right? Where are we looking? Here, related. Yeah, we got 2 Alistair. We don't have any Invocation. Yeah, it doesn't lock you. Monsters from your hand as material. If you use it, you can use monsters. You can also banish monsters from your field and/or either player's graveyard. How do we do that? It does just say hand. So you do, like, normal summon Alistair. If normal summoned or flip face up, you can add Invocation. So you'd add Invocation. And then... we do have the Moon Maiden. Which means you can then fusion summon by banishing the Moon Maiden. And also the Magista stuff isn't playable because we don't have, like, a Reliona. But yeah, we're missing Invocation. So, there's that. It's still a 2-to-1 ratio. We're still going to draw Invocation without Alistair plenty of the time. The thing is, Alistair get Invocation, make Mechama. Excuse me, Code isn't as good as it used to be, for some reason. This weird thing called Power Queen. I'm not sure if this is a better going first or going second hand, honestly. Going first, yeah. I have Fenrir, but if I don't stop K9, which I'm not going to, then it's to the end of it, really. Because they just get into, like, at the very minimum, that spell that's like a rank up on top. And so you summon the Fenrir, and then before they do anything, they just immediately rank up, destroy the Fenrir. And then you've still got to play around the fact that they don't want you activating cards in the hand or grave, regardless of whose turn it is. Which are really fun mechanics, you know? Like, don't you love it when you can actually play around a deck by the fact that, oh, you know, I need cards in those places. I need card effects. Like, is it monster effects only, or is it just cards? A monster effect in Hand of Brave. I mean, still. Like, there's so many monster effects that are just, like, that activate in the hand or the graveyard. It feels a little unfair. I'll just play a deck that doesn't. It's, like, technically a valid response, but it's also just kind of, like, real, like... Yeah, technically a valid response, but who cares? Oh yeah, and this guy's coming unlimited pretty soon. Right. Now the main issue. You've got this. Did you add the other one to your hand? No. Okay, I don't think the other one's in hand. Which means we're doing it this way around. Pitch this, summon. Right. I entirely forgot about that. I don't know why I forgot about that, but I did. So I'm gonna normal summon. That's a once per turn. I've got no darks. I can Destrudo to half my life points, make Destrudo a 3. I contribute the Saronir over it. Fuck you. Like, you're just adding disruptions onto the... Like, I'm just trying to play the game, man. I'm going second against a deck that doesn't want me to play on my own turn. That feels like a little rude to then drop that on me as well. Right, pick your destruction then. Fuck off. It's real fair and balanced, isn't it? Like, I know everyone apparently loves, like, the Justice Hunters set, but I can't, for the love of me, work out why. Going second needs help, but the answer is not, like, turn 0. Or, like, you know, punishing your opponent for, like, trying to do whatever they're trying to do, right? Because, like, okay, there are some decks that just have a better matchup into others, right? Like, that just happens. In theory, Mech Lords should work against a Synchro deck. I'm not going to say they do, but, like, you know, their whole deck, like, it's the gimmick, right? It's the thing from the anime, it's what they do. They have a, like, decent matchup versus Synchro and, like, nothing else. In theory, they, you know, anyway, they don't actually have a good matchup versus Synchro. Mech Lords don't function that well. Unless you find an equally bad functioning Synchro deck. It's not a bad hand for going second. But, like, there are so many decks in the game that require a monster effect in the hand or the graveyard. Like, some decks' entire gimmick is, like, you know, hand or grave. And what's a good way to put this? So, as people are saying about the Mulch armies, right? The fact that they're like more balanced versions of Max C, because you know they don't cover everything. So let's say that it is a format where Meows is super relevant for some reason. You can play a deck that doesn't need to summon from the Graveyard of Banishment, one that's like hand an extra deck, you know, those kind of things. Or let's say Fuelos is just the go-to, as it is. You just play a graveyard deck, right? You play one that summons from the graveyard, summons from the hand, and not from the main or the extra. And like, in theory, there's some play around there. But, like, how to put it? K9... Actually, hold on, I'm trying to think, because you had... What did you have? You had Yummy, K9, and Dracotail. Right, yeah. So, Dracotail is able to fusion summon on your turn, using hand traps, and recycle said hand traps, you know? They can basically get a board started on your turn 1, while denying you plays. K9 gets a board started on your turn. It doesn't deny you any plays on your turn, I don't think. But like, they can make a rank 5 on your turn to like search for in-archetype things, just because you activated a card in the hand or the grave, which is not a particularly uncommon thing. Okay, so let's say you pick a deck that doesn't activate any monster effects in the hand or grave. Great. Like, you found something that plays good against that, but does it play well against, you know, the other two? Does it play well against Yummy and Dracotail as well? I'm gonna get fucking Cosmo Neos logged, aren't I? Why do I feel like I'm gonna get Cosmo Neos locked? Actually, no. Let's look at the one they revealed. Nebula Neos. So you get to negate the effects of one basic card on the field, which isn't too broken. However, what are you related to? I don't think I'm going to be, like, the best at articulating my point. I despise hand traps, right? This is just, like, a known. I've said it time, I've said it again. I just hate them. I understand how they're sometimes necessary for the health of the game. That said... Oh no, I am getting Neo Cosmo Neos. You are playing 3. I saw you add Panther. There's a Aquadolph in your graveyard. And I saw a... What's his face? Grand Mole. Yeah, I'm gonna get Cosmo Neos locked. I'm not going to articulate my point because I have a, you know, just inherent distaste for hand traps, and I'm not a meta player. And like, of course, I'm playing world power decks. Of course they're going to feel like unfair to me. Like, that's just kind of power creep. If you play a deck from like 2 or 3 years ago, you're going to feel it. Let alone if you play a deck that's older than that. But if going second is so bad that, like, you're designing cards that work on turn 0, I don't think it's going second that's the problem. I think it's just going first, right? Like, that's the theory behind the Mulch armies. You can't use them like Maxi because you have to control no cards. Fantastic. I mean, we try it. Because if we don't try it, we don't get it. Favorite contact, love it. Can we just ban fucking Cosmo Neos? can't do anything from this point. It just doesn't matter. I can't activate the fields. Like, I can't do my next gimmicks. No one can. Like, what's the fucking point? I can go battle phase, I can hit this in the graveyard, and wow. No, I can't. Shocker. There's a Dark Claw, and nice, you know? Gotta love it. No, I'm not going to continue my main phase, I'm just going to hit the one monster I can. Take 300. Because that's going to have to do something. This isn't, you know? That's just the passive effect of it? What the fuck? Like, I get favorite contact. Neither player can return it to the extra, okay. Yeah, that's fine. I mean, it's not fine, but, like, I have to pretend like it is. I can't have anything. Right. Fenrir. Banish this, get negated. Crackdown, steal this, get negated. And you have, like, just stupid damage numbers. I can't, like, what the... We had a ban list announced, like, a couple days ago. Could we not just address, like, the, like... What is it? Kali Yuga's... Is Kali Yuga banned in Master Duel? I could swear it is. But I'm not sure. Like, King Calamity is banned, right? The Red Dragon Archfiend one. And so is F-Zero. Like, these are both just turn skip cards. Azathoth is banned. My hand is pseudo-banned by just, like, how many bricks I draw. It's 3 traps that should stop my opponent when they quit after battle. Well, it's different. Whether it buys me enough time is also different. Oh, wow. I mean, they're going to be on 3 Twin Twisters, but, like, man, do I fucking hate this, you know? My brick, I get, like, you know, 3 pieces of interaction, and they're able to just cut it. And get rid of it entirely. No one wants to see it. Alright, what are you doing? You're playing Madolche. Are you actually playing Madolche? It's not special summoned. So that one is... at least it's just 1500. The thing is, now if I put, like, cards into their deck, they get advantage off it. Alright. How's this? Okay, it goes through. I don't have anything. So... we get Locta, and we go for Utgada. I feel like that's the point. I don't get to stop the on-summon effect, which means they are just going to get another monster. So I gotta wait for that monster to come out, probably. I think Yugioh is going to be the MVP of this. Let's see what they add. I feel like that's relevant. Okay. It's fine. Let's get rid of this, and we get rid of the 3. You doing anything? You can target one monster in your graveyard, banish it if you do special. So yeah, we need to get rid of this one because it hasn't used its effect yet. And if you can put a monster in your graveyard, then it's live. These are different levels, so you can't exceed with them. You can link with them, but I don't think that gets you to where you need to be. Turn that off. Yep, there's the link for fresh start. Right, and they're deliberately using that to get themselves some advantage. Because I can do this and this. And a Dolce, if you control it, you can special summon it instead. I mean, the play wasn't to get rid of the spell traps. I think we can agree on that. I don't know. I've still got Raigeki, I've still got my field spell. They've got a Dolce. Yeah, sure. They're just going to do everything that I hope to stop them from doing. Target 2, return those, then special. Okay. So, on the plus side, what did they get? Counter Trap, Promenade. I want to face up card your opponent controls and one Dolce negate the effects of that opponent's card until the end of this turn if you do return your monster to the hand. So that's the boss stage. What are you for? This is going well, isn't it? I'd love to be more entertaining. I'd love to, like, how many normal summons do you get? I only got 2, okay. Well, these guys at the very least not like... That doesn't have one to turn on it. Oh, for fuck's sake. Don't get to do anything, do I? Although they weren't shuffled into the deck, so... They weren't shuffled into the deck! I guess it's because it's also after that. have anything in my graveyard that's worth it. Oh no, it's the same number of cards your opponent controls. Sorry, my bad. Can't be destroyed by card effects. I fucking love fun interactive gameplay. I'm playing supposedly the more consistent deck, and I'm getting about as consistent hands as I was in the Go Second deck. Where do I even start today? Here? It just feels so fucking bad. Alright, we're going first. We're going to do something, right? And you're not going to draw a card that is essentially going to nuke my board, right? Can we agree on these neutral things? I understand that, like, at the moment, I'm looking at going first from a masochist point of view. And, like, yeah, of course, going first from a masochist point of view is so, like, awful, and going second is worse, but like, in the main game, if, you know, a person going second cannot go, like, second without a card that just reads, break your opponent's entire board and leave them with nothing, then how is going first allowed to reach that point in the first place, you know? I know power creep exists, I know you've got to push the new set and everything, you've got to, like, make the new cards worth it. But there's got to come a point when you just say that, like, yeah, this is ridiculous. Right? Like, the fact is, like, Evenly Matched is a card that just doesn't see as much play anymore. And the card functionally reads, leave your opponent on one card to deal with. Okay, your opponent, all your opponent needs is a spell trap negate for it. That's the only thing they need for it. But that doesn't feel like that's a huge ask in, like... Well, no, that still feels like it's, like, a thing, right? Not every deck can put up a spell trap negate, and of course, I guess those ones are just gonna be punished, right? They're the decks that just won't cut it anyway, so what does it matter if they can't stand up to evenly matched? But, like, how is that just a card that's been printed and kind of, like, fallen out of style? I don't understand. I don't get it. Is that it? Is it a bot? Standard deck size. This just might take some time. Locker. It might not take quite as long. We don't have lethal. We're 1,000 short. Okay, we're technically like 600 short, not 1,000, but you know. I'd be a little bit surprised if this is just an actual S-Force deck, but that is kind of what it's appearing to be. Right, we get some more from deck. Guess who it's going to be? It's not a hard guess. Our opponent might just be quitting at this point. They have 1,000 life points and they blinking. No. They're hanging in. Right, give us heart. Now have an Omni Negate. And we have Fenrir still, and we have Lopter, and Chalice and Chain, so I think we're well prepared. Time Thief. Are you a bot that's been given just the... What is it? No, it's not the anniversary. It is just a bot. There is no way it's not a bot. I'm just going to pump the attack of whatever it hits, unless it hits one of the things that will already cause lethal. Needs a boost. There you go, lethal. Well, that was a riveting duel. We were in very, very severe danger of losing that one, you know? And we're just after 3 more wins, you know? All we need is 3 more wins. Ignore those losses. Yeah, this is 100% just kind of like anniversaries and just like hodgepodge, right? Anyway, that does give us master packs, so let's go and open those. Yay. The excitement gets dulled a little from time to time. You occasionally get the interesting duel, you occasionally get the duel where you, like, you know, you actually beat the meta deck somehow. But it is occasional still rather than the norm. Double Cyclone is spell trap removal, Nebula Dragon is rank 8 stuffs. Doesn't have a secret pack. I feel like this has been in the game for a minute now. I'm not sure if there are heraldry spell traps that are worth adding. Like, there might be, but they're also probably SR or UR. I mean, we probably don't have them, because much like that, they've been in a secret pack for, or been in the master pack for a little while. No, selection pack. Well, hey, Red Eyes Fusion. Wow. Blue Sagenia. Which is not the worst, you know. Boomer Wave is technically removal. I really don't feel like changing that number of royal rares I have, you know? I like sitting it just where it is. What was the last royal I got? Also, is there anything we can do with the Red Eyes Fusion? I really don't think there is. Yeah, we don't have Red Eyes Black Dragon. And in terms of our fusions, we've got Red Eyes Black Dragon Sword, which is a Claw of Homos exclusive. So there is -1 things we can do with it. But yeah, just curious, where's the last royal we got? Shiranui. That was an age ago at this point. If I go to the related cards, and let's take off the royal finish. Let's just go Shiranui for a sec. just, you know, look at this one and obtain. I don't know, I'm just trying to. How would one kind of jump to that spot in the thing? That's no small amount of cards that we've got since then. In fact, what's the last kind of thing we remember that it was like a definitive, oh, this was however long ago? I'm not remembering a lot of these. Also, that scroll wheel is just not moving. I think we might be due a royal rare by this point. Just maybe. It'd be nice. Little treat for persisting. We can ask for small favours, right? Yes, please. Our opponent with titles galore, and us with proficiency 20. In theory, we know our rulings. In practice, we've seen that I get them wrong, semi-frequently. Wait, we have an important thing. Yes. Okay, it resolves. That's a little bit of a surprise. The bigger question, does it matter? I think it does, actually. But they're going to play into it anyway. Okay, that's not a bad draw. I think we hold the Dominus because I'm 90% sure they're going to summon Dragoon, and I want to hold it for the Dragoon. There it is. What does this prevent me from using? Light Earthwind. Light Earthwind is a price I shall have to pay. Yep. Okay. So you're going to try and roll back for that then, presumably. I feel like Dragoon is just the icing on the cake for this, but like at the same time, I think I can deal with like the other things I cannot deal with Dragoon. I've got a whole draw from it. I should probably, you know, actually stop the thing I was scared of. I mean, there's another point that this is the thing that's like an inherent problem with the little Charmies, in my opinion. The only good one is Full Loss. It's not format dependent, it's not, you know, it's not format dependent, it's not really deck dependent, it's just Full Loss. You might run into a Monarch player every now and then, and damn, it doesn't work for, like, you know, the extra deck. They're still going to special summon from the deck once or twice. But, like, the only time Meow's has been good, really, is against Malice. And even then, not everyone played it against Malice, if I remember right. Oh, sweet, another draw. And absolutely not. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, no, we do this first. That's the current plan. Because they can, in theory, stop the Druisworm. It cuts us off of 3 attributes, but I think that's overall worth it. Pay half, destroy as many actions, smash some level 7 or lower, increase its level. I don't know if they're really going to be doing that. There's the Abel Star. Well, at the very least they are playing into it. It's a very handy thing. We're getting a couple draws. I think we're good for the next time. Target level 5. Take a level 5 or higher illusion. Add it to handle special. But you cannot activate its effects during the main phase. Curious. Okay. Are you sending a monster? No, you're sending rollback. Which makes sense. Sending rollback. Which makes sense. I don't need to special summon from the extra. It would be nice if I could, but I don't need to. That is a dark, isn't it? Yeah. It is absolutely not necessary that I summon from the extra deck. Okay, we take those. Condemned Witch, that's not a bad normal summon. I take it it's gonna be like, yeah, no extra. Damn. What a shame. Oh wait. Hand deck or extra. Okay, I misread a little bit. Get 100. Okay. Nice. The target. Oh, the target's probably the fusion thing, isn't it? Gaze of Demise. It is, in fact, the Gaze of Demise. And, okay, so we poke in for 100. We've got a counter trap for it, which is fine. It's going to cost half our life points, but I feel like that's a half that's worth paying. Okay. Yeah, you can't summon it because of the Mega Cache, right? Neither player, yeah. Alright, main 2. Set 1. Set 2. And call it a turn. Got Chalice, Iron Thunder, Druisworm, and Condemned Witch. Condemned Witch can get into lots of for Valor for Nidhogg. send this. When your opponent activates a card or effect in response to Diabell's style or your Sinful Spoils. Diabell's. Right, so I'm going to tribute this off now. Yeah, because that means I can at the very least put Lofter in like this column. Which means he won't get blown up by the, what's its face. You can send... I don't know that I care about it. Given that they're doing fusion summons, I'm not sure there's a great deal I can do. Oh, I should have done stop that, because that lets him send the other... Sinful Spoils or Diabell. Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah, let's do this. Let's get the Valor. And then Valor for Nidhogg. It at least puts bodies on the field. It is a Solemn, if that's applicable at all. Diabell style or Sinful Spoils. Okay. Which means it's going to be 1, 2, or 3. If it's 3, I'm a little sad. But I cannot let Dragoon hit the field. Yeah. What's your wording? Sinful Spoil Spell Trap. Oh, yeah, okay. So I think I do just have to let that go. Yeah, Diabell Star. Which is protected by the, thing. Oh wait, hold on. Yeah, I'll just stop that then. Feels worth it. Maybe I should have done it sooner. Super Volley. Yeah. I mean, what are you using? I can just send the new monster. Like, I can just send something. I can send this. There we go. That's all it takes. 1, 2, or 3. If it's this one, that would be fantastic. But no, it's not. And no, you're not getting it. I feel like I'm in a good spot. That feels like I'm in a good spot. So, reveal an Azmina, shuffle from your graveyard and the management. Banish this and set a spell trap. Wait, what? Return to hand, then you can set a spell trap from your hand. Oh, you were just getting names, I guess. There's 1, there's 2, which makes an 8. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah, that's completely fine. Well, I would have preferred that you didn't do that this turn. How can I get rid of that? No, Regina. Can I get rid of that? I can just punch that. Is that the fucking... Again. Of course. You know, just change to attack position and just kill this. Only use one. That's not got an effect right now. I feel like that's just kind of that easy. Main 2. This sucks. But in theory we're in a decent spot. They've copied it as many times as they can for the moment. They need to get access to another rollback. This isn't doing anything at present. Oh no. No, that is definitely doing something. It'd be real nice if you couldn't roll back copy, you know, just complete summoning a floodgate. But we couldn't get a good Master Duel ban list, could we? That just kind of covers the bases. You can get maybe one or two things hit from like current decks, and then that's it. Yeah, the Nidhogg is not especially useful, it's just what we had, and I have to get it on the field for blockers. There's my Regina, which you can now summon in attack position. It's not game currently. It's game. Yeah, it's just game. Does that change things? Yeah, no it doesn't. Fuck you. How are you able to keep going after just, like, not doing anything for turns? And why are we able to roll back for that fucking floodgate? I guess, like, what is it? Is Dimension Barrier still legal? Because I know that was the last one. It was like Labyrinth were doing that. And to an extent, Labyrinth were using this card. And I guess it just must not be that much of a problem in the wider, like, Master Duel space, but, you know, why not? It just produces non-games if it resolves. Like, the hand I had wasn't amazing, but it could have done things had I not been locked out of fucking summoning. Not being able to special summon from the hand deck or extra is just a little much. You might as well just call it, you know, a complete special summon restriction. I won't be able to target these guys with card effects, and they will be able to kill me next turn. They have one that can attack twice, I take the battle damage. And they can pump it up to 4,000, I believe. Which just means one direct attack wins the game. If I can't target any Macankos or anything, I don't have any way to stop that. And I believe you protect targeting. Your opponent cannot target Macanko cards you control with card effects. Fun gameplay. Because literally I think all they need to do is just make the rank 3 next turn, and they win. Excuse me, let me read your fucking cards.
Cannot be destroyed by battle. Your opponent takes any battle damage you would have taken if this card attacks and battles at the end of the damage step, attack again in a row. And then you got Double Edge, which gives it 2,000. Then your opponent takes the 2,000 directly, plus 2,000. The question is, what would they have set? You set Spirit Walk, tie one face up onto your opponent controls, put Trunko, then if a Ritual Monster card is on the field, that won't matter, but you're going to click something. I mean, what do I do, right? I can't target Mechanco cards with card effects. So what do I do? Sure. That's okay. I mean, I can't target it, so who cares, right? What can I do? I can make like a link 2, a link 3. Well, I could get 3 monsters worth of link material. This guy is in fact a quick effect, that's like my one saving thing right now. Well, that's about it. Not even that. Not allowed to have nice things. Alright. Summon from grave. No, we're allowed that. Alright, I can make a rank 9, which doesn't do much of anything. Yeah. Can't tell it, right? I think my play is to just do Jormungandr. DXE's material for the moment. I can get Jormungandr back down to 0, but the issue is that Mechanco are just probably going to make me take the damage somehow anyway. Who cares? I'm going to detach this one. Doesn't particularly matter, they're all going to the graveyard anyway. Just make sure I don't take any battle damage, hopefully. But of course, again, you've got the Harpies. The 1 in 40. In fact, the 1 in 50. The 1 in 57? Got a 5-card hand, 6 cards in grave, 7. Sorry, I'm trying to do math. That's 8. That makes 52. Yeah, you're on like a 58 card deck. But yeah, here comes rank 3 maybe. I don't actually know. Oh. Lovely. Even if I wanted to, I'm, not actually getting away from this scot-free. I should have kept the big monsters on my field. Or under this thing. So, if Special Summon cannot destroy your opponent takes any battle damage, what do you add? Special Summon Kanko. Are you able to just search any crypto? Yeah. So, do you already have the the double-edged sword thing? Or are you just gonna attack into, they're just gonna attack into my, Nidhogg in defense position. Oh, it's that one. Yeah, you can put this back in the hand, which, sure. It's got 0 defense. But it is just going to get bigger until it gets negated. They can't target any Mekanko. All their monsters are Mekanko. It's this one, right? I'll take 1,000, sure. It gets the big monster off my field, I guess. We'll take that. Damn. What a shame. How do you beat Mekanko? The thing is, Dark Hawker doesn't even do it by itself. Because, you need to be able to clear their whole field and, shut them down for the next turn. So, I'd have to have some consistent turns, multiple, of setup. You're in main 2. Why are you doing this in main 2? Can't be that difficult an answer. You just pick the biggest stat in the graveyard. It's Nidhogg in defense position. I can change it to attack, but that doesn't do anything. I've now got to get it off the field somehow. Mine ain't gonna do it. Well, I hope this was fun for some of you guys watching, because this wasn't particularly great for me now, was it? Let's go take a look at that win-loss ratio. So, we have played a whole 2,340, which means we've played 20 duels today. Now we have won 932, so we have won 8 duels today. Wow! The thing is, it's still better than the 3rd win rate, it just sucks. It just sucks so bad. Got a few missions. Yay. I mean, 210 pays for, a win. Not really anything more than that, but it pays for a win. Yeah, I might stream again after lunch if I feel like it. I don't know. It doesn't feel particularly great. You might see me again in a bit, you might not. I hope you've all enjoyed this one anyway. And I look forward to catching you during the next stream, Nebulous timing. My name is Catmark, and goodbye for now.